I'm Mary Obana. Welcome to Shine. I'm all about friendly, soul-nourishing, spiritually inspired conversations that expand perspectives and offer practical guidance so you can live joyfully and shine brightly. I believe everyone has something special within them, a unique gift, a light you are to find and share with the world. You are meant to shine. I believe you have a deep knowing, guidance that is ready to serve you. It is always available if you listen. I believe you are meant to live with complete joy and peace, nothing less. It's just awaiting your allowing. Ready to get to it? Here we go. Hello there. Thank you for being here today with me. For this episode, I was inspired to offer some thoughts on a topic not frequently discussed, but relevant to all of us. As we grow and love, we inevitably face those moments when we are confronted with mortality, that of a loved one or our very own. My father passed away in 1994. He was so young, with a declining quality of life and medical protocols restricting everything he loved. He decided to discontinue his medical treatments and let nature take its course. We were grateful for the final days we all shared with him. I remember how he smoked his favorite cigars and ate all the things he loved that were strictly forbidden for years by his physicians. There was such joy in those moments, freedom, liberation from what had become a life of restrictions. To live fully with all those he loved around him, it was beautiful. While my spiritual journey hadn't yet commenced in earnest at the time, I knew deep down that he was going to be okay, that all the struggle and discomfort would come to a close, and that he would be at peace at last. I knew it wasn't the end. I remember asking Dad whether he believed his soul continued on. I remember him saying, "I hope so." I felt his anxiousness grow as the inevitable day that would be his last approached. I wish I could have shared with him then what I know for sure now. The soul journey has no end. We are souls, beautiful spiritual beings, learning and growing through the human experience, for most over the course of many, many lifetimes. If you're looking at your life and contemplating your transition from this lifetime, consider this. Every one of our lives is beautiful and meaningful in unique ways. We all come to each life experience with a light, that quality that makes you distinctly you. Finding that light is a path to your true self, who you are meant to be. When we share that light with others, we shine. Shining is spreading our own brand of love, and that light extends far and wide. We can never be fully aware of the impact we have and have had on others. I always marvel at how each of us is affected by one another. I'm sure you can think of those who have influenced your life in profound ways. And while some may know it, there are likely others who remain unaware of the impact they've had on you. It may have been a passing conversation, an introduction to someone that would alter the course of your life, an encouraging word when you needed it most, or an idea that was sparked by something you saw or read. Maybe you know these people well, but I'm guessing there are others you may not even know personally. There are countless stories of unknown people who have been affected by others' bright lights. To live is to love, and living is shining that beautiful light that extends far beyond what we can see. When I think of the shifts in my own life, more times than not, they have been small things that led to big things. For instance, an email from a relatively new acquaintance who asked if I wanted to participate in this manifesting challenge I hadn't previously heard of. This would end up being a catalyst for discovering my spiritual connection and putting me on the course that would change my life. Maybe it would have happened anyway. I'll never know. All I do know is I'll always be grateful for that chance, or perhaps divinely influenced, invitation. Who have been the great influences in your life? Who are they? Do they know? We are all connected. These threads run through our lives, connecting us to people, conversations, ideas, feelings. These threads form the tapestry of our lives. Living a life loving, living a life learning, living a life that has allowed us to grow, to be touched, and to touch others is a gift of great magnitude. Sit for a second with that, knowing that a life lived loving is a life well lived. Love has an incredible impact extending far and wide beyond our comprehension. And the beautiful thing about love is that it never ends. Love always stays with us because at the soul level, that is what we are. It is all love connected through this beautiful energy of light. When we leave our earthly physical bodies, it's like transitioning back home, returning to our full soul selves. But the great thing about this transition is we get to take all the love we experienced here with us. And because of that, we're always connected with those we have shared love with. Always. Often people feel sad about leaving those they love or having those they love leave us, but know that the love never ends and that connection never ends. For me, there's great peace in that. In the human experience, in this physical reality, it's hard at times to comprehend the non-physical reality. We're all energy here in the physical form, but there is non-physical energy too. There's so much more to our existence than what we can feel, see, smell, taste, and hear. Have you ever thought of someone that the next thing you know, they're calling you? Have you ever had that gut feeling guiding you to do something or not do something? The way you can sense tension without hearing or seeing a thing? These are all examples of non-physical energy. It's real, but it's really just the beginning. Our souls are made of light, the energy that extends far beyond what we are accustomed to interacting with here in this human experience. That energy continues after we leave our bodies because our souls never die. They are everlasting, always loving. Yeah, this is all about love. Love is the energy of the soul. As we reach the final days of our time here in this life experience, we come to understand this truth far more profoundly and deeply than perhaps ever before. We're all so busy doing in our everyday lives, so busy with all the accomplishments, goal setting, goal meeting, driving harder. Some of us may struggle as we face this transition, unsure of what is to come, replaying how we might have done things differently in our life. But as we reach those final days of our time here, we must know that love is what's most important. With all our imperfections, all our humanness, we are love. And we must allow ourselves to accept that love, honor that love, soak in all of that love. There is no more powerful feeling than that of love. Love is the richness and fullness of your soul flowing right through you. When we transition, we leave all the guilt and thoughts of the mind behind. We only are and feel the love that is. We're able to shed the ego and the wondering and the worrying. We are liberated with a sense of being in and only of love. The energy of our souls is love and love alone. Anticipating a transition is a gift in many ways. Having the time to contemplate this passage from our current experience and to be with those we love so dearly. And for those whose transitions are more abrupt, know that the love always binds, always connects, never dies. There is a time for that transition for each of us, a time when our work, the learning, here is complete. Even when that time is shorter than we would have expected or hoped, still, the learning and growth cannot be denied. Every experience is teaching us something. We can look for peace in this understanding. There's so much learning that happens through love. Of course, our lives aren't without struggle and pain and challenge and heartache, to be sure, but as we contemplate the end of our time here, know there is love always. You will return to love in its purest form, and you will always be connected to love and those you love. How do I know all of this to be true? Well, in this journey of mine, I have learned to connect with non-physical energy, something we're all capable of, including connecting with souls who have passed, receiving their messages, and connecting them to their loved ones. Our loved ones can still hear and see us. They are with us. When we leave this life experience, we return to our essence. We return home. And we continue on, carrying with us forever the love we have shared, felt, and given. When it is your time, it is time for you to move forward and for those you love to move forward as well, knowing that the bond of connected love will never end. Let there be peace in that. And know that immense, pure love will welcome you as you return home. It is real. It is beautiful. There's no pain there. It's without struggle. It is only with pure knowing and love. There's great peace and beauty unlike any other in that. There's peace in love, always. Yes, as we grow and love, we inevitably face those moments when we are confronted with mortality, that of a loved one or our very own. There's a remarkable woman I know who has arrived at such a moment, preparing for her transition from this world to the next. Her name is Marcia Galazzi. She has been a force in our Cape Cod, Massachusetts community for decades, building, leading, and inspiring. Marcia devoted her life to early childhood education. My son Kai was one among thousands who benefited from the preschool and summer camp she founded over 40 years ago, where he learned, loved, and grew. As a young family, the family school and Brewster Day Camp in the summer were godsends, a place where we knew Kai was getting exactly what he needed and enjoying every bit of it. When I think of the young man he is today, it's hard not to reflect on this experience and its dedicated staff's influence on him. I like thinking about our lives as a big quilt with squares representing our most formative experiences and the people who have made a significant imprint on us. This special place, the vision of Marcia Galazzi, I know helped to shape Kai's kind and compassionate character, a direct beneficiary of her life's work. It struck me that the family school uses these adjectives to describe the kids in their community, and hence the characteristics they hope to develop in them: caring, curious, eager, confident, independent, inquisitive, problem solvers, nature, music, art lovers, well-rounded, funny, stable kids in a changing world, secure in themselves, positive people with life skills, possess a solid moral compass, empathetic, heuristic. Wow, that they did indeed. Talk about impact. The legions of people that have been touched, formed, supported, and loved because of her life's work are staggering to consider. I can't think of a better tribute to Marcia and her life than the legacy of her beautiful family, and to know that she will always have a prominent square in countless life quilts, ours included. You are loved and will continue to be loved now and always. Rest easy in the fullness of that love. I hope you find peace knowing the love never ends, and that beauty beyond your imagination awaits you. Yes, death is a part of life, And while it is the end of this specific life experience, it marks the beginning of so much more. I'll end with this quote from Henry Van Dyke. Time is too slow for those who wait, too swift for those who fear, too long for those who grieve, too short for those who rejoice. But for those who love, time is not. Thank you for joining me today. Reach out to someone who has made an impact on your life and let them know. I can't imagine a more beautiful gesture of love. Until next time, take it easy.